We welcome you, our viewers, to the Bold Step once again. We ask you to feel free to interact with us through our social media platforms at the Visionary Days. And today I'm so happy to host one of my friends, Mr. Nelson. Welcome very much, and I'll give you time to introduce yourself.
Thank you very much. Here with you is Nelson Otieno Buire. I'm a person with disability, and that is I have visual impairment. Yeah, I've been a friend to the Visionary Guides, and I'm here to shed more light on each and every aspect that you, the public, are there to consume concerning matters disability. Thank you.
One of the things the public or people always assume about disability is that any person with disability is born with disability. So I don't know if this is the case with you. Were you born blind, and if not, what happened?
For my case, it is a notion that I totally like to dispute, since most of the disabilities are acquired after birth. That is, say they are postnatal. Yeah. Like for me, I can say I was born and I went through I experienced normal birth. Then later on, I lost my sight at the age of 3. Yes, and that was due to a condition known as cerebral malaria. This is the effect of malaria, especially when it interferes with the brain. That is how I came to lose my sight through operation at the Kenyatta National Hospital. Yep.
Thank you very much for explaining that.
Yes.
So I know, like maybe you were born, you were born seeing, and then you lost your sight at the age of 3.
Yes.
Definitely things change. So I don't know, maybe you can highlight for us a few things, maybe the challenges you passed through during your childhood.
Yes, as per now,
Yeah.
I can say at times when I restrict myself to that disability alone, I always tempt to thank God, because had I acquired the disability at this later age of adulthood, it could have been bad for me to adapt. But since I acquired it at the age of 3, you see, the challenges were not so much. The only things that were there that would be problematic were issues of mobility, accessing my environment, learning, and then the stress that now burdened my parents after the condition occurred. But immediately, I thank God, with early intervention, I was able to be referred to a school that handles persons with visual impairment. That is St. Oda School for the Blind in Siaya County, at a place known as Aluor. That is where I have studied all along, from kindergarten until I completed my KCPE in 2011.
Actually, you've just started for us your journey from primary. Maybe you can tell us a bit what happened at high school, and because you're my friend, I know you went to the university. You can also maybe touch a bit what happened at the university level.
Okay. After completion of my primary education at St. Oda School for the Blind, I went to Thika High School for the Blind in 2012. That is after passing my KCPE examinations. I went to Thika High School for the Blind. The school is in Kiambu, Thika sub-county, and it's a national school that deals with learners who have vision challenges. So at high school, life was quite good. I can say it was average, both with its bad sides and good sides, because it is where now you come to understand how life is outside here as a person with visual impairment. You come to interact with learners from diverse backgrounds. Some of them acquired disability long ago, others acquired disability at their adulthood. Then people have got various reactions to issues. You see, persons with disability at times, we get to be quite emotional. So I had really to learn how to cope with the environment, both for those with disability and those that are without.
Yeah.
So at high school, lucky enough, apart from the normal curriculum, I got engaged with an non-governmental organization that offers computer literacy skills for the blind. That is Enable Organization. The headquarters are in Thika. That is where now, besides the normal educational work, we were introduced to the field of computer. And that's when now I came to learn that a person with visual impairment can also access technology like others in the regular society.
Yeah.
Yes, then luckily I finished in 2015.
Yeah.
I scored a B plane in KCSE.
Yeah.
And from there, the organization that I've just told you invited me for an internship after they assessed how I was doing computer work. They offered me an internship, but now they posted me to my former primary school, St. Oda School for the Blind. It was an ample opportunity for me to learn and also teach the skills I had acquired to learners with visual impairment at Aluor. Then it's from there that in September, I was placed for Bachelor of Special Needs Education at Kenyatta University. And in 2016, September, I began my university education. Yes, so life at the university was quite interactive, where I was able to interact with persons from various background, environment, people with various views, and I was able to learn a lot. And at the same time, it was also challenging because you see, it is a place where someone has come, he or she has never interacted with a person who has got one form of disability or the other. So some were like, wow, this was new for them. They're seeing magic. A blind person is in the university. People are wondering, what is a Braille machine? These heavy metals, they are really wondering how do they work? In fact, when we were typing our notes in the lecture rooms, others would complain that we are making noise for them. Yeah, so you see others who would even walk out of the classes. Because of that. But luckily, I really thank, because our lecturers were very understanding. And in fact, lecturers really advise us never to fear anything, because that is our mode of writing. We've got no option. Yeah, you see, in the Braille world, we've got various Braille devices, but the ones that are silent, they are very expensive. So we are forced to just rely on Braille machines for note taking, because at the end of the day, it is our mode of writing. We can do nothing about it. Yeah, so that went on like that. And then some issues that came along were problems of marking the exams. You see that we persons with visual impairment, we use Braille as our mode of writing. But now at the university, our exams have to be transcribed into print so that they can be marked. So in the process, you find that our results could delay a bit. While others are receiving their results at the end of the semester, others could take like some 2 months later for our papers to be processed. So we would end up with missing marks, which was very frustrating, because you have to follow up with lecturers here and there. But at the end of the day, we managed, because one of the things that I always appreciate with we persons with visual impairment, we are aggressive and we are go-getters. When we mean we want something, we want it through legal means. Yes, luckily enough, COVID-19 came just at my final year in 2020, when I was in 4th year, just about to do my exams in March. Then my academic had to be disrupted. Then we came back in September after a lengthy stay at home, busy doing nothing, until I graduated in July. Yeah, with a second upper division with my bachelor's of special needs education.
Wow.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
So maybe if I can take you back a bit, you said the scripts have to be transcribed.
Yes.
So I'm just wondering, when they're transcribed,
Yes.
are you sure that the information that has been transcribed is the exact information you wrote during your exams?
That's now another challenge, because at times you could feel it is a paper that even you at the back of your mind, you just know that what you did, you feel that you just copy pasted the content that you had into the exam, and therefore you complied with all the requirements of the questions that were there in the exams. But unfortunately, you find that instead of maybe an A or a B, you find yourself scoring a C, and then you wonder what might be happening. The issues of exams, these institutions normally treat them with a lot of, they say, integrity, of which I'm not sure. So, and until at times you could wonder if you could have had, if you could gain an access to your paper and then feel how the transcription has been done, if it is word, it should be character by character for it to reflect what is in Braille in print.